Okay, so if you haven't seen recently, neurosama has been blowing up once again with a huge achievement, actually becoming the most subbed Twitch channel over on Twitch. Well, I don't even know how to kind of clarify that, but yeah, she's become the most sub channel. I say she has. Vidal's channel has become the most sub channel, and yeah, it seems like a lot of people are not happy with that fact due to the fact of her being like an AI VTuber, which I find hilarious because it's not just the people that we covered in my last video. If you guys saw that, we covered a lot of people over on Twitter who were mad and be like, oh my god, I can't believe these people watch this kind of stuff and whatever. But now it seems like the actual streamers are mad and sending hate raids over to neurosama, which I thought was pretty interesting, and I kind of wanted to talk about it, as there is also some extra interesting information which I might actually make a whole separate video on, which seems to be kind of silencing a lot of that behavior too. Now again, as you can see here, this is a tweet from Yeet saying Jinxie was shocked to find out that Vedal and neurosama took the #1 spot from the subs what do you call it, chart. Say that is the future of streaming, bro. I'm bewildered. This is what they say.
The #1 sub streamer. Oh my god.
Artichoke.
Oh my god.
What did you get up to for New Year's, Camila?
The #1 sub streamer in the entire world is an artificial intelligence VTuber. So chat, you know how, like, for example, Iron Mouse is like a real person? You're saying Vedal 987 is not real? What? I've never even heard of that.
So already, getting off to a bad start there. So you say Vedal 987 is not a real person. He is a real person. That's the whole point. That's his channel, right? So again, misunderstood.
Dude, that is, chat, that is the future of streaming, bro. Dude, I'm bewildered, bro. I'm absolutely bewildered. Hey, game is game, I guess. 157,000 gifted subscribers to a artificial intelligence VTuber that nonstop 24/7 never end streams. I don't know if anyone's ever passing this. I don't know if anyone's ever passing this without a subathon. Dead it! What? When did this happen? Did this happen this week?
So yeah, obviously you can see he's pretty angry there, and I think a lot of this does come from the place of, he doesn't understand what's going on. He doesn't understand neurosama. He doesn't understand Vedal, because again, obviously a couple of the things in there you guys have probably noticed was completely wrong. The part where he said Vedal 987, he's not a real person. No, he is a real person. Again, obviously not enough research, and he's just spoken about this and gotten angry over this. And also as well, he's saying stuff like, oh, so she's able to go 24/7, streaming 24/7 for a subathon or whatever, and how are we supposed to compete with that? Now, the fact is, neurosama does not stream 24/7. Neurosama streams a normal subathon time. If anything, maybe a little bit less, because again, it's all up to Vedal, whenever he wants to, go to sleep or whatever. And yeah, obviously neurosama only runs whenever Vedal is around, because again, obviously it could go pretty bad if, something was to happen or something was to break or whatever, then, yeah, Vedal could, potentially, not be able to fix it if he was asleep or whatever. So again, neurosama is not running 24/7 as Jinxie claims. She is running about, I don't know exactly how many hours, but obviously a normal amount of hours for a subathon that any other human would have, because obviously there is a human that is also running the same hours that a subathon would have as well, who's also interacting with stream a lot, which again, I don't think he does enough research into. And again, a lot of people have been noticing that after this clip, and after this clip right here as well, it seems like, a lot of his fans were going over and hate raiding this one streamer here. This is, yeah, from his stream.
And most subbed on Twitch? No, we're not. Say you swear to God. Bro, we haven't been top 2 on Twitch subs in like probably a year. I'm not trolling. Let's see.
Yeah, obviously he finds it out.
No way!
So that was like kind of the start. He was finding out that he's at the top of Twitch subs, and then it went into this clip where he found out who Vedal and neurosama was, and yeah, his chat then went over to go and try a hate raid, essentially Vedal and neurosama in the chat, you know, spamming whatever. And it was quite funny because a lot of this has seemingly been removed. And as I said, I do want to make a separate video on this because I found some things that I thought to be pretty interesting, which again, I don't know if it's coming from Jinxie or whatever, but it seems like it has been removed, the kind of evidence of, you know, the hate raid going on. And essentially what was quite funny about this, though, was the swarm was actually responding to them, but they were trying to spam the chat, right, with all this hate and whatever. But then the swarm were being like, nice try, buddy. Like, nice try. Like, they were not winning at all, which I thought was quite funny because the swarm kind of like, I guess, counter spammed them and just kind of beat them. Like, because again, I don't know, they're absolutely insane. You know, all of the fans, you know, they're so dedicated whenever it comes to neurosama. Like, no joke, they actually kind of out-spammed the hate raid, which I thought was quite funny. And yeah, they were all saying, like, you know, you got to try harder than that. Like, come on, you've at least got to give us some kind of a fight here. But no, they didn't, you know, turn up, obviously. And also, as well, other streamers have been commenting on this, including Stable Ronaldo here, who, yeah, had some comments on this too.
AI? 170,000 subs?
Probably on par with the average person I
170,000 subs and it's AI?
I think I'm feeling a bit sad, actually. I feel like I spend all my time being a little too selfish.
Is it
Like,
AI
I don't
powered
think I
VTubers? She
do
can
enough for
chat,
other
sing, react to
people.
videos, and play games.
I'm-
Oh my god, these guys'
You're not
computers.
cute?
Some of these people's
Well, neither
computers
am
need to
I,
be
but
checked. Their
everyone
hard
else seems
drives.
to think not so
I'm
sure
dead
about
serious.
Me, though.
This guy gifted over 100,000
Maybe I
bits to
could
this
whiz up
channel,
chat-
and 3,000 gifted.
Whatever it takes, I need to.
This is
Oh my
AI.
So, yeah, obviously, Stable Ronaldo was going into chat members and trying to go after them and gifters, sorry, that were obviously donating to the stream and has donated quite a lot to the stream, as a lot of people have also done for his stream. You know, whenever they did their subathon, there was a lot of top gifters there who obviously have a bit more money than most people and free to spend whatever they want on either 10,000 bits or 3,000 subs, whatever, sure, right? Again, that is a thing that happens. And yeah, it's weird because, you know, the exact same thing happens to them. And obviously, again, I think it is another one of these like misunderstanding things where he doesn't understand, you know, what neurosama actually is and how it's controlled and, you know, vedal behind it all and all of this kind of stuff that is essentially, you know, I guess associated with it. But again, it seems like, you know, they just want to blindly hate on things like neurosama because, again, of the AI stuff, which I think is absolutely crazy. And yeah, it just seems like a lot of these people are clearly misinformed about it all and are just essentially just choosing to hate because, again, they see someone doing better than them, right? And then they're like, okay, time to just tell everybody to hate this person, right? Essentially, right? And they're also going into like the, as I said, the gifters and things. I think that's just like kind of messed up because, again, you know, you're singling out all of these people. Sure, if you really want to be annoyed, you can be annoyed in Neuro or vedal or whatever and be like, oh, I don't like this, right? They should be doing this, whatever. Okay, I don't care. Like, it's going to happen anyways. It doesn't matter. But like, obviously going through the gifters and people and saying like their hard drives need to be checked, kind of implying something there. I think that's kind of messed up. I don't think, you know, anybody should be kind of associating with that just for gifting subs to a Twitch channel, right? And again, there's been so many people saying, I'm going to use this tweet as a springboard to ask the question, why do non-anime/VTuber watchers immediately assume that when someone watches VTubers, it's about them wanting to screw the model? Yes, sexual humor is sometimes present, but that's a facet of most spaces on the internet, which again is true, right? They're 100% right about that. And people say, I mean, did you see Vedal's jiggle physics? It's like, damn, bro. Yeah, is it true? Look at the way he bobbles around on Neuro's head. Disgusting turtle. I said, if I had to guess, it's because most of the viral clips from VTubers tend to be sexual humor based. Add to that, if you don't know anime, you think it's for kids or it's a weird porn thing. They say, that's my assumption. On top of that, them just wanting to dismiss it. Is that I think viral clips being humor is just likely the reason, yeah. But still, even in quote retweeted clips, Evil's not saying anything sexual, but the content is immediately assumed to be. Which, yeah, I do think is true, right? A lot of people misunderstand VTubers pretty heavily too and think it's all like this kind of sexual thing, which obviously it is not. And you know, neurosama is one of the best kind of examples of that, right? I mean, there isn't anything innately sexual about it. You know, there's no, you know, there's a lot of VTubers out there who heavily pander to it, right? And that's okay, right? They're allowed to. It depends what kind of VTuber you are, what you want to do, right? For example, like Cottontail, right? She does that quite a lot, and you know, she's totally allowed to. That's totally fine. That's her audience, you know. That's how they want to do it. But obviously, you know, I wouldn't associate Cottontail and some of her content and stuff she does with neurosama, right? Or even any other VTuber, right? Who obviously may be a little bit more conservative and not do that kind of stuff, which again is totally okay for them too, right? And I think some people just kind of get lumped in with others just because, you know, they have like one kind of vision in their mind and they want to kind of associate with it rather than understanding who this like individual is in particular, being vedal. And again, they can't really understand that. So again, I do think that a lot of this is just kind of blind hatred. And, you know, as I said, there has been a lot of like hate raids and stuff going over to their chat, but it seems like the Swarm have it pretty under control. They're kind of fighting back and, you know, making their own counter chat spams and things, which is really great to see. Because again, obviously, it can suck to have, you know, another streamer's audience or multiple streamers' audiences come to your stream and try to spam it with a ton of hateful stuff. So again, you know, obviously, it seems that more people are going to continue to cope at the fact that vedal and neurosama are doing good. But yeah, I'm just glad to see that they're doing so good and to the point where it's annoying people again. So yeah, I think that's about all I got for this video. So if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.